Join host Charisma Eve on a journey of self-discovery, empowerment, and unapologetic authenticity. In each episode, Charisma dives deep into conversations, exploring what it truly means to embrace oneself fully and live life with genuine charisma. From personal antidotes to interviews, Unapologetically Me is a space where vulnerability meets strength, where listeners are encouraged to celebrate their uniqueness and step into their power without reservation. Tune in for inspiring stories, practical tips, and a dose of unfiltered wisdom as Charisma Eve guides you towards embracing your most authentic self. It's time to own your truth and live unapologetically. And now your host, Charisma Eve.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good afternoon, kings and queens, to Unapologetically Me. I hope that you're having a marvelous and blessed day. I am Charisma Eve, and I'm so glad to have you with me today. And as I promised and I always try to deliver, we have a wonderful guest with us today. This week, we have a king, and it is one of my former students, and I'm so glad to have him with us. And his name is Mr. Marlon Banner. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Unapologetically Me, Mr. Marlon Banner. How are you this evening, sir?
I'm doing good. Thanks for having me.
Oh, thanks for being here. Thank you for coming. I'm so glad that you decided to join us on the show today because you have so much to add to the show, and I'm glad that you decided to come and be with us on this 20 minutes and share with us whatever you want to share. Thank you so much. God bless you for coming and being with us. And um, I'm not gonna banter on and on as I can, but I'm gonna move out of the way. And I'm gonna once again say thank you for coming and thank you for being here. Thank you, God, for allowing us to have this 20 minutes in this space and for blessing us with this time. But I want to welcome you and want to talk to you about what it is that you have that you want to talk to us about this afternoon.
I know that you all have people sharing their stories, and I have one to tell. But
Right, as you do, as you do.
that's we can highlight on some of that. And
Well, tell us about it.
okay, well, for starters, my upbringing. I'm from Savannah, Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
I left Georgia when I was 20,
Mm-hmm.
and I came to North Carolina. I was living in Salisbury, and
Mm-hmm.
I was only supposed to be here a year.
Uh-huh.
And in 10 months of that first year of being here, I ended up being incarcerated for uh, not being able to provide information that they wanted. And they knew I had nothing to do with the crime, but
Mm-hmm.
because I couldn't provide that information, I was incarcerated for 3.5 years. Still 20, I came home in 2012, uh, right after my 24th birthday,
Mm-hmm.
and that's when I met you.
Oh,
Um,
wow. Okay.
yeah, and
Oh, okay.
I look at everything as a blessing because initially I wasn't interested in cosmetology at all. I was solely stuck on barbering, and
Uh-huh.
my sister, as well, she was
Yeah.
attending school, so I came for her actually, but
Yeah.
going through the school and seeing how good I actually was at it, I
Right.
decided, okay, this might be for me.
Right.
Um, And, I've learned a lot being there. I've learned a lot about dealing with people and attitudes and body language. I learned a lot. And
Right.
that was cut short due to being in the wrong place at the wrong time. And I ended up being incarcerated again. And I served 9 years exactly on that.
Wow.
So, people always ask, like, oh, do you know where such and such is? Or this? And I'll be like, no, I don't. Like, man, you been in North Carolina all this time? Man, listen, to this day, I moved to North Carolina July 24th of 2008. That's 16 years. 12 and a half years of those 16 years was incarceration.
Wow.
So, no, I don't know North Carolina like that. I know the people I know from the places I've been, and I'm thankful to still have those people like yourself, Miss Crosby. I still speak with her and her daughter. Actually, her daughter, we share the same birthday, and she she reached out to me. This was in I want to say 2020. She reached out to me. She sent me a letter and some pictures. And at first, I was looking like, who is this? Like she looked familiar, but I thought it was Miss Crosby with a weight loss Miss Crosby. Not trying to be funny, and I called and she was like, "It's me, Ari," and I was like, "Oh wow!" Like somebody told me a long time ago that people won't remember what you do for them, but they will remember how you made them feel. And me, I'm a good person. Just got caught up in bad situations. I have a good heart, and I like to make people feel good. So that's why she remembered me. So,
Right.
um,
I want to ask you. I want to ask you not to cut you off, but we only have 20 minutes. I do want to ask you. I remember the day before you went to prison. And I do want to speak on, you were on the salon floor that particular day, and you were really good at flat iron, and your personality was really good. The ladies, they really liked you. They used to request you because your personality was so good and stuff like that. And I remember that particular day, um, before the day before things happened, um, you asked me, you said, Miss Stinson, will you pray with me? That day sticks in my mind to this very day. And I remember saying to you, well, Marlon, we have to be careful. And I used to sing a lot at school.
yeah, sure did.
And and so we went out back and we prayed. And the day after, Miss Thompson called me like at 6:30 in the morning, and she kept calling me, and I didn't see that she had called me because she knew that, you know, I loved all of my students, but you just, it was something about you that tugged on my heartstrings. And so anyway, when I finally got up and I answered my phone, she said, Miss Stinson, she said, Marlon got caught up into some trouble and he's gotten arrested. So I was on my way to work, and when I got to work, the all of the students were just tore up. They was just all just, oh my God. So when I got to work, she had all of the students to come together in the hallway, and she had me to pray, and then she had me to sing. And because we were like a family, and
Right.
everybody loved you. But I wanted to ask, being that you spent 9 years and in prison, Do you feel like you were vindicated in the 9 years that you went there? Do you feel like it was something that you did that you should have spent that 9 years there? Or do you feel like you just kind of got pulled into a situation that you shouldn't have been pulled into?
It's that answer for me is 50-50 because I've thought about that over the years because, you know, really, none of us should have been in prison. My brother ended up with a life sentence behind that situation.
Oh
And
wow.
my lawyer, and kudos to Miss Laura Baker, she fought as if I was her child.
Mhm.
And some people you don't look up and get those type of lawyers being court appointed, but I
Mhm.
did. And like she really laid it out for me. Like, I work for you. Anything you want me to do, I'm gonna do.
Mhm.
But when my brother was going to trial, because I was yet to be sentenced. Um, my brother was going to trial, and she would come back every day after the trial was over because she attended. She would come to me every day on a visit and tell me, this is what's going on. This is what's going on. And every day it was like, okay, this is looking really good. And she told me that last time I seen her before the trial was over, she said, if the law is upheld, your brother is getting a not guilty verdict and you're walking straight out the door.
Mhm.
Because the role that although it was an unknowingly role I had, the
Mhm.
role that I had was very minor. Like, I was driving. I didn't know anything was going on. Had I known, it wouldn't have happened because
Right.
I was fresh out. I was only home for 15 months after doing the first incarceration. So
Mhm.
like, I got put there. I got the best deal I can get, which is my mama made me take it because I really was going to go to trial because the DA and the assistant district attorney, they play games a lot. So I was going to trial, but when they came with a deal, my mama was like, "You better take it. I'd rather have one son home and then we fight to get the other one out." So I took the
Right.
deal, and that time, those 9 years, I didn't. You hear stories of people being incarcerated and they just mad. They mad every day, mad. I couldn't be mad because, for one, I chose to be out that night that it happened.
Mhm.
And for two, like, I know how this goes. So I can't sit in here and be mad. That's gonna make everything hard for me. So what I decided to do during those 9 years was work on myself,
Mhm.
mentally, physically, spiritually. And I look at it like a university. I
Mm.
took the time to obtain certificates in integrated software, information technology. Um, I did therapeutic classes where is they help you with self. Like, you work on self, and but you get tools to apply to everyday life to deal with others.
That
Uh,
sounds good.
I got certificates in that. I've all the extra classes that that's not like on paper for school. Like, I've taken thinking for a change, father accountability, and I don't have any kids. Um, uh, it's so much that I did. Like,
That's
it's crazy.
good.
I took that time to work on me and to come home and be a better me. And I've been home now. October would make 2 years since I've been home.
That's good, Marlon. So instead of you drowning in self-pity, you
Right.
decided to do something positive. And that, you know what? That is the person that I know you to be. I'm very proud of you because I, I, that's one of the reasons I love you, because you could have taken that another way.
Right.
And I want you very quickly to we're in an election year.
Mm-hmm.
And okay, so, I'm looking at how things are going as far as um with everything that's going on with, you know, society and, prisoners and our African American men and going to prison, and how things might pan out as far as voters. And, how do you feel about that? I'm just curious.
I used to be the guy that would always say, "Oh, I'm not into politics. That don't matter." Because I look at, especially when you in prison, it don't matter. Like there's nothing I can do. I can't vote. I can't register to vote. So it's like ah politics. But the current state of our nation right now, I'm actually scared for because um, okay, for speaking for people like myself, but more of me because I can't speak for the next man. Ex-felon record is, I wish I had driving, traffic charges and stuff. I wish, but I don't. Um, it's not getting easy for us out here. And the people look at the presidential election and think that's it. No, because we can vote all day for who we want and get that person in office, but the little elections like for Congress and Senate and all of that, those matter too because
That's right.
that's who the president has to answer to.
Mm-hmm.
So even all the way down to your county, when you putting these people in these positions, like that's what really matters. Like if for me, like not saying that the presidential election is obsolete to me because I look at you like Hillary Clinton. She won the popular vote back in 18, no 16, and she lost the electoral,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what decides who goes in. But even within that, like my grandma, she was an advocate for your judge, your your your
Mm-hmm.
your district attorney. Like she was on top of all of that. I never forget being at my grandma's house, and she'd take me out there, have me with a bag full of water, and she'd be getting people to the polls. Like that was a thing
Oh,
for her. So,
wow.
right. So I'm big on the minor, I'm big on the presidential election, but it's you know these minors, these the minor steps would lead to the big steps. That's what's important too. Like, but I'm just overall, I'm scared for people like me, our people, because hate is just being spreaded, and it's
All we can do is pray. All we
pray
can do is pray.
and
You
be
know,
aware.
that's the truth. All we can do is pray. Be aware, but at the end of the day, prayer changes things.
It
Fear
does.
doesn't, but prayer does. You know. Well, Marlon, sweetheart, I appreciate you coming on and helping me sensing out. I'm in a situation now where I can't make much difference in one aspect of things. You know, I'm an educator. I mean, I can't educate in one aspect. You know, my health has me bound as far as MS, and as far as me having these seizures and things. I can't get out the house. I can't drive. I can't do a whole lot of things. And this last seizure that I had right before the 4th of July was so unexpected. Um, I don't know what's going to happen with my health, but I trust God. And I said
Right.
all that to say that's what we're going to have to do when it comes to what's going on with our situation in,
Right.
you know, in the voting and all that. When we put our trust in God, everything will come out the way it's supposed to. But
Right.
I'm going to say thank you once again, my sweet king. I really appreciate it.
You're
It's so
welcome.
good to see you. I wish I could put my arms around you, but the time will come that I'll
Right.
get a chance to get a hug from you. And I thank you for coming on and speaking your mind about the different things and letting us know about what it's like to, you know, have those times to uh, go into prison, and what it's like to go in and not be a pity party, but to make it a positive thing and do positive changes. I
Right.
appreciate that. I appreciate that so much.
Okay, one more
Um,
thing. First I want to say thank you and thanks Miss Porter too. But I will be I'm talking with some guys to get an NPO started, and it's gonna be um called MBM, and it's short for Making Better Men, and it's gonna be focused on the boys in the community, because I feel like we lost our way somehow, and
okay.
we need more men that think and operate like I do. So that's gonna focus on. And but
Keep me,
yeah.
let me know, because right now I'm just audio, but I'm looking forward to doing video later on, maybe this year, and you can come back and you can tell us about your program, okay?
Okay.
Because what we have to do is we have to lift each other up and we have to help each other. So you let
Right.
me know what you got going on with that, and we will continue to help each other, okay?
Okay.
All right, sweetheart. Thanks again. We appreciate it here.
You're welcome. All
All
right.
right, you stay blessed here.
You too.
All right, all right. All right, folks. This is Unapologetically Me saying good afternoon. Have a well day. Have a blessed day. Stay safe. God bless you. And thanks.
Thank you for joining Unapologetically Me, Charisma Eve. Please like, share, and subscribe, and join us every Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time for another exciting episode wherever you listen to your podcast.